This is John Rhodes, and welcome to the San Francisco Open Mic Poetry Podcast TV show with John Rhodes and Clara Hsu. This show is available for national distribution to public access TV stations through pegmedia.org, which you can see on the screen. This show is switching from the old Mystic Babylon site to the newer Blip TV site. The Blip TV site's address has been changed to blip.tv/San Francisco Poetry, but the older URL should work also as well. Also, please try to watch this show on the Roku box or the Boxy box, as it is available on them by searching for the title with the Blip TV app. To find out more about my many video sites and my podcast novel, go to rhodespoetry.com. For more about the second host, Clara Hsu, visit clarahsu.com. Thank you. The show will start shortly.
Hello, this is Clara Hsu, co-hosting with John Rhodes for the San Francisco Open Mic Poetry Podcast TV show. And today my guest is Joan Gelfand. Hello, Joan. Welcome to the show.
Hi, Clara. Thank you.
And today you are showing us your new book, The Long Blue Room, published by the Benicia Literary Arts. And can you tell us a little bit about this book?
Sure. The book is divided into a few different sections. One of the sections is about environmental issues, some of it around environment and food issues. I write about the vineyards and about fruit, the disappearance of our fruit orchards and things like that. There's another section on meditation and practice. There's a section on love and romance, sex.
Yes, I was just saying. We can say that.
We don't want to leave that out.
We don't want to leave that out.
We don't want to leave that out. And then there's a section about written inspired by other poets. So there's a poem about Sylvia Plath, Czesław Milosz, Lawrence Ferlinghetti. So there's a whole section that's called Ars Poetica that's about other poets.
Wow, so this book
There's
is
a lot.
full of stuff.
There's a lot in there.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And you had two books that you published before. One is Seeking Santa.
Yes, that's by a local press called Two Bridges Press.
And the other one is A Dreamer's Guide to Cities and Streams.
And that was San Francisco Bay Press.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
I look forward to hearing you read from The Long Blue Room.
Thank you. The Ferlinghetti School of Poetics. All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. Edgar Allan Poe. 1. What is it, Ferlinghetti? Taking star turns in my dreams, strolling in front of cars, haunting alleyways, stairways, bars, beating moth-like, flitting through San Francisco's sex-fraught avenues, in North Beach, where XXX marks art and nasty commerce collide, intersect Columbus, Telegraph Hill, Jack Kerouac Way. You are fog whispering in from the sea on another sunny day. There's a breathless hush on the freeway tonight. Beyond the ledges of concrete, restaurants fall into dreams with candlelight couples. Lost Alexandria still burns. Ferlinghetti's words sink, weighted on the business end of an invisible fishing line, dredging last night's dream to the surface, gasping for air, shivering like some catfish, eyes bulging, wet lake water dripping off its scales. The knife of memory slices open that dream, finds me on a haunted street, instructing a small boy. You gotta go to the Ferlinghetti School. It's totally rad and completely cool. 2. Ferlinghetti makes an appearance. Phantom audience shouts, higher, higher. They egg the poets on. After all, they're not on the wire. Higher? We spin the memory wheel until there's my father, strolling through his own Coney Island. And there he is again, winning a goldfish. The clerk hands it over, fish circling in plastic bag. Big Daddy pretends it's all for the kids. He needed to win like that fish needed water. 3, the poet reconsiders. Is the skill of life just keeping on, all the gears oiled and the doors open? Even if the past keeps drowning and the knifed open dream fish still swims around. In Dream Theater, Ferlinghetti arrives. Was it the regal, the royal, the Metreon? I rise to make room for he who started everything, got the wheel of poetry turning, broke open language, letters vaporized while he drifts, haunting my dreams. This next one is called Russian River Watershed. Russian River floods, then trickles, burst from serpentine, the Mayacamas, through valley haze, it flows west, always west, until word spreads. Volcanic soil makes for very good grapevines, sells higher than Pink Ladies, Brayburns, Gravensteins, Taylor's Gold, vineyards. Apple trees topple like mown weeds, their imperfect limbs ripe with rosy fruit, meaty walnuts, apricots, plums, pears and figs plowed under, river flow diverted. California churns tree trunks as the world clamors for Cabernet, Pinot Noir. Farmers hoe, gird for another gold rush. Vineyards. Trees pulled as fast as oil siphoned from southern deserts, as violently as veins were mined. Merlot, Chardonnay, Sauvignon Blanc replace apple's knobby arms, the shady glen. Who's to sip the pricey load? Blue, black, oak-studded hills replaced by purple grapes hanging ripe. Scatter them, they matter, to birds, hungry mouths. This next one is called Paris Whistling. Bird-like notes ricochet through quiet quarter, a mina's hopeful love call. Man whistles, long coat buttoned against the late fall chill. One note runs up and down the scale of his heart's desire. The singular music follows him like sunlight breaking fire. Does he think of his wife who will kiss him kindly at the door, or perhaps last night or the night before? Has he just enjoyed an excellent cassoulet, a crisp Sancerre? Heading home, Parisian men whistle everywhere. Songs counterpoint screech and rumble of metro. The men whistle, strolling from Tuesday market, a basket of currants cradled as carefully as a newborn, or fruit for a fresh tart, the juicy center of a crepe. When did we forget to teach our children to lick their lips and pucker? Whistling. When did it become passé to share a tiny slice of happiness? Wear your heart on your sleeve. And this next one is from a section called Sex, Death, and All That Jazz. And this is called Making Love in an Empty Apartment. Across the courtyard, crisp air, windows shut tight, making love in an empty apartment, a couple I do not know. The curtains are packed, the boxes shipped, the dishes wrapped, the furniture sold or donated. Tuesday morning, I'm caught by autumn slant sunlight, shadow on buttocks, the impression of window panes stretching across bodies, pulsing like passing bridge girders. Is it ceremonious, a simple affirmation of life in all that emptiness? Or is it the final pull of lovers while chance and life are pulling them apart? And this next one is for you guys who do all of the open mics. Remember, I told you there's a section about poetry, poets and poetry, and this one is actually called Open Mic. The local, the expressive, the out-of-towner, the LA writer screening his calls, the visiting professor, the visionary game designer, screaming puns and algorithms, the bean-towner, the Londoner, the self-appointed New York crown prince, Cornelia Cafe, the scene, the beauty queen, the well-heeled, the tragically hip, the perennially needy, the studiously disheveled, the earnest, the ruminating, the published, the pissed off, the ironic, the notebook readers, the under-medicated, the bipolar, bisexual, trannies, the wannabes, the homies, the hoodies, the hungry, the feeders, the doodlers, the prayers, the homeless and the homespun, the uncomfortable, the too comfortable, the speed talkers, the fire walkers, foot soldiers in poetry's army, flak jackets, steel helmets, X-ray goggles, staring at empty pockets, corralling the angels and their minions, serving up the first word and the last. Do I have time for one more? Okay, this one is called Ode to Toast. Let's toast the bread we roast, the best burnt thing I have ever known. Let's toast the aroma that rouses a dog from its coma, the waft of comfort and sustenance, the sweet smell that courses from morning to shape up our day. Let's toast heat and cooking and making something out of nothing. Let's toast the toaster while we're at it. Raise a glass in honor of skinny wire coils that heat out bread's best. Finally, let's toast Tesla's mother and her Napa marmalade, cook down apricots, the taste of sun that lightly loves but never smothers, French butter on top of toast. Let's toast coffee in bed while we're on the subject of breakfast. Yes.
Joan, thank you so much for reading The Long Blue Room.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it. So I have a poem that I would like to read for you and for those who play music.
Lovely.
This actually was written for my piano student, Jasmine Louis. It's titled Trills for Dummies. Oh, horror! What's that on the score? It tries to show us how to trill. With 16 notes against the 8s, that's trills for dummies. They're sure to kill music that intends to bring a flurry of flutters to the pulse. The art of tickling is what it's about, not staggering slowly like a sick mouse. Okay, let's get those fingers moving. One hand steady, the other hand light. Hoo-ha, the notes fly off the keys. This passage now has an extra bite. The ears are thrilled to hear a trill. Go on, practice your skill.
Excellent.
Thank you. Thank you for watching. I'm Clara Hsu, co-hosting with John Rhodes for the San Francisco Open Mic Poetry Podcast TV show. See you next time.